Welcome everyone. My name is Nicole and today we have about a 30-minute open hips, open heart practice. So just working on unwinding tension in our hips, focusing on opening our hearts or upper back, just to counteract all that computer work, counteract all that sitting. We're gonna begin laying down. So join me on your back. Take a moment here to find equilibrium. Starting in Shavasana. Begin breathing deeply in through the nose and out. Feel your belly on the inhale and exhale, relax deeper. Congratulate yourself on showing up. The hardest part is over. If you'd like to set an intention for the class, maybe pick a word that resonates with you, or maybe like to dedicate this practice to someone else. And then to begin, bend the knees and the feet as wide as the mat. And cactus the arms. And encourage your shoulders to rest fully down. And then begin to tick-tock the knees off one way. So we inhale through center, exhale the other way. And just flow, inhaling, exhaling. Notice where you feel any tensions, any sensations. Encourage sending your breath there. Beautiful. And we're going to send our feet to the sky. And then begin to draw the alphabet with your toes. Get into those feet, our foundation. Beautiful. And you've cactus the arms once more. Bring those feet down to a 90, knees over hips. Engage your core now as we begin to tick-tock the knees off to the right. Inhale, squeeze back through center and then off to the left. Pulling through center. Several more rounds. Last time to the left, through center. Soles of the feet together. Little reclining Baddha Konasana. Interlace your fingers behind your head. And we're going to do little lifts here. So pick your feet off, keep the touching. Lift up with the head. Inhale, squeeze, lift. And the feet come down. Booty lifts. And feet come down. Up and down. A little bit longer. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. Hug your knees in, hands on your knees, and then we're going to exhale, press away, straightening your arms. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, press away. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, press away. Now draw in. Now we're going to prepare to do a little rock and roll up to seated, so you can kind of start to roll and then come up to a seat. Send your legs out in front of you flat, or you can bend them. And a little more work here in the core as we stir a large pot of something really thick, really heavy. You're gonna get what you put into it, like life. And then switch. And we're gonna do half. So half, switch, and switch. And lean back. Little sways. Keeping your core crazy engaged. Remembering to draw the knees up for a little less intensity, so you can really focus on keeping it in the core and not in the tops of the legs. And then if your knees are bent, straighten them. We're gonna hands come down, lift off, and lower. One more time, lift off, breathing, and lower. Beautiful. We're gonna draw the feet around to come onto all fours now. Taking a moment, rolling out the shoulders, rolling out the hips, maybe swaying side to side, just really calling in any movement here that feels like a nice massage. And then hands press down firmly. Lift your knees, send your hips back towards your feet and up high to the sky. Knees bend a whole bunch. Look between your hands. Make sure your fingers are all spreading and your whole palm is pressing down firmly, down and away. And drop the head. Maybe pedal out the feet. And he'll come forward. Plank. Keep that core engaged. Keep pressing down, no collapse in the heart. Stay strong. And then we're going to elbows in, lower slowly all the way down. Let's bring our forearms out in front, press down, draw them in and away. Open across your heart here. This is the Sphinx. Breathe. Pick one leg up, reach it back further. Do the same with the other one. Pick it up, stretch it back even further. Hopefully that created just a little more space. And then we're going to lower, prepare for Bhujangasana here. Interlace your fingers behind the low back. Check out your shoulders here. They pigeon forward. Let's prepare. Pick them up. We'll start to straighten, pulling the wrists towards the back of the room, lifting the toes, breathing deeply. And come down. Rest your forehead on your hands. Take some deep belly breaths here. So feel it, your belly expand into the earth on the inhale. And maybe sigh it out the mouth on the exhale. 2 more deep breaths. Inhale. Sigh it out and exhale. Last time. Deep breath in. And release. And now you can take that same variation where you can reach, kick your feet in, reach for your foot or ankle. And we're going to prepare to kick back, inhale, lift off, and we're gonna flow up and down here. So exhale, lower some, inhale, kick, lift, and exhale, lower, inhale, lift, or whatever pace is your breath. Last time, best time. Hold. And release. Rest your forehead on your hands and maybe sway the hips side to side here. And let go of any tension that might have created. And then hands under shoulders. Lift up, knees wide, toes touch. And then we're going to send our hips back towards our feet with the help of our hands. Rest your forehead down, child's pose. Inhale, look forward. Let's come onto all fours. Warm up the legs a little bit before we start to get some deeper stretches going in them. So inhale, I'm pulling my core in and up to help me kind of step that right foot through between my hands. We're going to lift the back knee, keep it very active. Low lunge, squeeze those legs in together to help activate. And then we're going to almost lower that back knee and then send energy straight in the leg, out that back heel. Several more times. Lower, almost. And then press out. And then lower your back knee. We're going to come into half splits. Press into your front heel to square your right hip back. Inhale halfway, look forward, and then exhale, drop your head, and breathe deeply into where you're feeling the sensations. And then inhale, shift forward. Open that front foot off a smidge. We'll go a little bit deeper here. Maybe just stay up where you are here. Or you want to come down a little bit. Keep drawing that right leg into you. Don't let it splay out too much. And then let's lift that back knee. And then hands come down under shoulders. Step the front foot back. We can come through plank. And then step the left foot through. Energetically warming up our legs here. You're gonna almost lower that back knee. Press out strongly through the heel. Lowering almost. Pressing out strongly. Just a couple more. Beautiful. Lowering your back knee, pressing into your front heel to square your left hip back. Half splits. Chin comes forward. And then exhale, fold over. And then go ahead and shift back forward. And that front foot is going to scooch off a little more towards the outside of the mat. You can have your wrists under your shoulders. And then you want to go a little bit deeper or come down on the forearms. You can always stay high. And then keep drawing that left knee into you. Keeping all the energetics. And let's lift the back knee. hands can come under shoulders. Step it through plank. And let's place those knees under our hips and draw the hands out in front of you. Let the chest lower towards your mat and then rest the forehead down. Or maybe the chest comes all the way down and the chin comes forward. And then sliding through onto your belly. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, roll up, upward dog, knees lift, pressing down and away with the hands. And then just come back on your knees so you can sit back on your heels for a moment. And let's prepare for pigeon pose. Let's get into our hips some here. So before, let's go ahead and let's do logs of fire first, and then let's go into pigeon pose and see if you like getting a little pre-stretch first. So for logs of fire, let's start with our right leg on bottom, and it's not drawing all the way in, it's out. And then the left leg comes on top. You stack the shin. You stick a block here if your knee rides real high. Otherwise, the logs are your shins. Feet are flexed. And then press your hands and your feet into hands so you can really kind of activate and pull length out of your, so you don't feel compressed. So you can pull forward here. Breathe. And then right if you have the block, it just might look just a little bit different, but we're all feeling the same thing wherever we are on our journey here. And then inhale, go ahead and come out. Lean back, come undone. Let's place the left leg on bottom. All right. Log on top. Feet are flexed. And we're pressing hands into feet, feet into hands. Lifting out of the low back. And coming forward. Or staying high with a block. Just work it, love it, wherever you are. It's beautiful. And then we're going to inhale, come up, lean back, come undone, back to all fours. And then draw the right knee behind your right wrist. Turn your shin at a little an angle here. So as you come down, your toes are pointed to your left hip there. And then engage so much you could lift off. Stick the block back there if you're using it before, so you can not feel like but encourage that hip to drop down onto the block or down onto your mat. And then maybe you want to fold forward, but let's inhale, lift high, and then exhale, forward fold from there. your back toes under. Hands pressed down so you can lift. Send that foot back. And then switch. Left knee behind left wrist. Foot's pointed in slightly towards your right hip. And then scooch the back leg out. Engaging. Tucking the block under the left hip now. If you're riding high, if you feel real tense. And then we encourage that left hip back down. Engage. Lift up. And then maybe exhale. Forward fold. Over your legs. Wherever you are. We don't want like so intense that we can't breathe. So if it's how it feels, just back off so you can come to a place that you're like, oh, okay, I'm feeling this, but I can breathe. Nice big breaths, and maybe through the breath work, things open up a little for you. It's gonna be really hard for them to open up for you though if you're like just super tense. So back off and like sneak into it. Beautiful. Hands under shoulders. And now lift up. Throw your back toes under. Lift your knee. Slide the other side back so you're in all fours. Shaking it out. And then sit back on your heels to draw your feet around. And come down to our backs once more. And then from here, let's draw the knees up again. Go ahead and hug them in and roll around a little on the low back, a little massage. And you can always not roll around if that doesn't feel good though. And then cross your right leg over your left leg. Pick your hips up a smidge and move them to the right. And then let the knees drop to the left. Reach, look to the right. A little twist here. And now come back through center. Come undone. Re-even out. And cross our left leg over our right leg. Pick the hips up a smidge. Shift the hips slightly to the left. And then the knees drop to the right. And you look, reach to the left. Or just have your arm cactus. And being encouraged, drawing the left shoulder towards the floor. And then your knee, you can encourage away if you want a little more. And come on out. Let's grab now for the outside edges of the feet, shins. Here. Draw the knees down towards the outside of the torso. Happy baby. Press your whole head back, low back, into the floor. Maybe roll a little if that feels good. hug yourself into a ball. Hold your breath, squeeze everything tight. And when you can't hold it anymore, let it all go. Release out onto the floor. Shavasana for real. And the feet roll out, palms turn up. Shoulders gently roll under. Take any variation that's going to bring you the most comfort and ease in this final posture. Maybe it's like an eye pillow or a blanket, or maybe you need your knees knocked in. Do what you need to do to let it all go. Integrate your practice. I'm going to sit and hold space so I can guide you out in just a few. Begin to deepen your breath, and always knowing you can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. But if you're ready, roll your right side and just pause for a moment. And then using your hands, push yourself back to a seated position. Taking another moment, acknowledging how you feel. Whether it's good or bad. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Light within me sees and recognizes the light within you. Take care.